Hi guys, let's solve this question. It has only one correct option. All right, keep in mind, as soon as you get an answer, you can stop there. So the question says, let Z belongs to C. C means any complex number with the imaginary part being 10, and it satisfies this equation for some natural numbers n. Then four options are given to you. All right, so what we can do is we can substitute each of these options into the equation and see if the equation satisfies. So that means if the left hand side of the equation is equals to the right hand side. Right, so let's start with just wondering or just noticing certain things. All right, so here n is given 20, 40, 40 and 20. Real values are given minus 10, whereas the imaginary value is given as 10. For these two options here, A and C, we can find the value of Z. So real number is minus 10 plus imaginary number is 10. So the complex numbers become minus 10 plus 10i. For the last two options, B and D, Z is equals to real number is 10 plus your imaginary number is 10i. So we have the value of Z with us now. N is given 20 or 40 depending on the option that we take. Now let's use the left hand side first, left hand side, and let's see if we can get the right hand side. All right, so let's start with first one. So first one says 2z minus n over 2z. So when you're solving these types of question, always make sure every step you are really focused, and you can just at any point you can find that this doesn't work, this will not gonna work. So you don't need to go till end to satisfy yourself that it doesn't work. At any point, if you feel that that equation is not working, you can stop there, choose another option. Do not waste time. All right, so here let's substitute. So we have 2 minus z plus 10i minus n is 20 this time. So 20 over 2 minus 10 plus 10i plus 20. All right, so let's solve this. So that's going to give us minus 20 plus 20i minus 20 over minus 20 plus 20i plus 20. All right, so here this will give me minus 40 plus 20i over, that is cancelled, 20i. Now let's rationalize the denominator. So I'm multiplying with I and dividing by I. So that gives me 40i plus 20i square over 20i square. All right, so let's start on this side now. So now it's going to give me minus 40i. I square is equals to minus 1. So that whole thing is going to become minus 20 over minus 20. That gives us, so it's going to give us a positive number, right? Because that 20 is going to cancel that and that. Whereas in our option, we need a negative real number. It's not going to give us a negative real number because that's going to become positive 1, right? So you can stop there. You do not need to solve further. If you want to solve further, that's fine. But we know that this option is not going to work. Now let's start with the C one. Again, 2z minus n is the same equation. All right, 2z plus n. N here is this time 40. N is 40. The real number, the complex number stays same. So here we have 2 minus 10 plus 10i over 2 minus 10 plus 10i. You have minus 40 on the top and plus 40 on the bottom. It's just easier for me to write rather than writing the whole thing. Now let's solve. So that is going to give us minus 20 plus 20i minus 40 over minus 20 plus 20i plus 40. All right, so top bit gives us minus 60 plus 20i, whereas the denominator gives us 20 plus 20i. All right, I can take 20 common, so that's going to give me minus 3 plus I over, if I take 20 common, that's going to give me 1 plus I. All right, still I don't know what the answer could be because I need to rationalize the denominator. I can't see if I'm on the right way or not. So let's solve further. multiplying and dividing by the conjugate. So minus 3 times 1 is minus 3, minus plus 3i, I times 1 is going to be plus I, and then minus I square over, you don't have to write square, I'm just solving, I'm just doing it to make it easier for you to understand. You can do it in your head and write minus 1 there. Here is going to be a square minus b square, so it's going to be 1 square minus I square. So that's minus 3 plus 4i minus, and minus 1 is going to be plus 1 over 1. And this is going to be minus of minus 1, so which is going to be 2 together, right? So that is going to be minus 2 plus 4i over 2. You can take 2 common, or you can just split the fraction, whichever way you find easier. Minus 1 plus 2i, or you can write 2i plus 1, which is what we are looking for, right? So that is the answer. You do not have to do the other 2 options because we've got the answer, and it said that there's only one answer, right? So make sure you subscribe to get more of these questions, right? Cool. Have a good day.